And we're just about ready. The Beet Diggers are going to kick it off.
The opening kickoff is brought to you by Buildings by Design. Buildings by Design has the experience to complete your project from start to finish. Get the quality you deserve in your building by starting your build project right. Start with Buildings by Design.
Okay, Beet Diggers will be to our left. And Junior Chuga is set to kick it off. And he'll kick with the wind. He's been putting them in the end zone. Hear the whistle, and we're underway. Kick is going to go clear into the end zone, out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback.
And that's a great place for Brush to have Faith Christian starting at their own 20-yard line. And now let's see what kind of things we've got set up here on the defense to try to slow down this Faith Christian attack.
Okay, starters, and we'll try to get to them as we go through this. We started a couple minutes early, but we'll get to the starters as we go along. Jonah Gardner, senior wide receiver at 6'2", 175 to the near side. Just one back in the backfield, and they hand it to him, and up the middle. Beet Diggers stuffing it up, but they're driving and pile driving forward for about 5 yards.
Faith Christian not wasting any time, going right at the heart of the Beet Digger defense that time, picking up a gain of about 5 yards, putting them in a 2nd down and 5.
Isaiah Kroll is their sophomore quarterback. He's at 6'2", 180. Behind him he has Jonah Gardner, David Nagy, Jordan Abbott are some of his key players. They're going that shotgun with one back and a little end around look, and up for the first down is Jordan Abbott as he come out of a slot from the right side around the left side. They had a host of blockers.
Yeah, they had two receivers set up on the far side of the field. The slot receiver came in motion, and it's basically just a little quick handoff and a trap play, and let him try to pick up as much yards. It's classic Faith Christian football. They have a lot of motion, and they move the guys around and try to hopefully have you stop that.
And they're marked up 1st and 10. All set down at 33 of the Christians. You got tight formation, one receiver to the near side. Little motion, underneath handoff, right into the middle, nothing doing. Good job by the Beet Diggers.
And that's a great job on the part of the Beet Digger defense out there, led by, I believe it would have been
Isaac De Herrera
and Josh Chacon right there in the middle of the line there, stopping things up, as well as defensive end. You've got Ryan Dunker on the other side, on one side, and the other defensive end is going to be I think it's going to be Ricky Mendez.
Okay, they set it up 1 yard loss. It'll be 2nd and 11 from the 32. And here comes a snap, a little motion there underneath the pass. Not much there. Good tackle there by Isaac Morales as he got to tackle. Number 30, he might have gained a yard. Only a 1 yard pass there.
Yeah, Isaac Morales, an excellent job of reading that. The tight end was on the far side of the field. On the snap of the ball, he released and kind of drug underneath, and Isaac Morales' job is to find that tight end and get on him right away and keep the gains to a minimal, and he did a great job at that time.
Okay, they'll go with two wides, one far to the right side here to near side hash marks, right 33. Looking deep, and they'll throw it here to the near side, and right at the first down marker is number 23. That's Jonah Gardner, senior, 6'2", 175.
And Jonah ran about a 5 to 6 yard out pattern right in that flat area where there's just a little tiny hole, and he threw the ball in an opening there right real quick. He got a quick release in the ball, and it's a catch. And I think they're just shy of the first down, so they're going to bring the chains out and measure it.
Okay, while they measure that, how about the starters? You got the Beet Digger starters?
Starters for the Rush Beet Diggers, yes, I do.
Okay, yeah.
Defensive back, let's see, we'll go defensive back Ben Brown, defensive back Caleb Cox, defensive end Ryan Dunker, defensive back Adrian Lopez, defensive back Cade Urich, linebacker Nick Willen, linebacker Isaac Morales, who is a junior, Isaac De Herrera, defensive lineman, senior, Chase Barnett, defensive lineman, also a junior, Michael Nichols, a junior defensive lineman, Josh Chacon is another defensive lineman as a senior, and rounding out, like I said, Kenny Stegner's not playing tonight, so In his place, I believe we're going to have Ricky Mendez in there, as well as Michael Nichols.
Well, that was a 10-yard gain and just enough for the first down. So it'll be at the 43, 1st and 10 for the Faith Christian Eagles. They're in the white, gold helmets, gold pants, kind of gold or light tan pants, the white jerseys. Under center there is Isaac Kroll. He's going to hand it to the deep back this time, and he's going to gain maybe a half a yard. Nice tackle in there by the Beat Diggers. That looked like Michael Nichols on the tackle. He got the first hit. He got a little help from the other guys.
Yep, and the defense is doing exactly what they practice in practice on a weekly basis. They're swarming to the ball, and when you can get multiple guys to the ball and get helmets on those ball players, chances are you're going to be able to at least eliminate or limit the amount of yards they pick up.
And they're going to go in a stacked eye. Quarterback under center. And back to pass. Look at the near side. Now running out to the right side. And he's got a slot out there, and he's going to be up close to a first down. It's Isaiah Kroll. He was looking over to the near side trying to get it to Jonah Gardner, but he's well covered out there by Jade Queen.
And, you know, Kroll, he's not going to hesitate one bit to take that ball and run, because he's got confidence that if he can't complete the pass, he's a good enough athlete that when he gets out of there in space and being able to run, he's able to pick up big yards for positive yardage.
They'll set the ball down at about the 49.5-yard line.
8 minutes and 51 seconds to go in the opening quarter from Brush.
They'll call it 3rd and 3. They're setting the eye, hand it to the deep back, and a nice tackle in there by the Beat Diggers. Nothing there. Isaac Morales again in there. He shot the gap and put him down.
Great job of the defensive line, getting their hands on the offensive linemen, holding them up, and controlling those blockers so they can't get off to our linebackers, and Isaac did a great job of filling and made that tackle.
That's about a half-yard loss, so that's going to make it 4th and 4. Looks like they're going to bring in their kickers. 44, he's going to set up deep. He's not listed as a kicker, Michael Osgood. Let's see who we putting deep there. It looks like Caleb Cox. And the ball snap is good. Big rush by the Diggers. A low kick coming to the near side and not even anywhere near the receiver, Cox. He's just going to let it drop dead about the 16-yard line.
Ball down by number 88.
So the Beat Diggers stop them on the first drive. That's good defense by the Beat Diggers.
Picked up some big yards there, but the Brush Beat Diggers did not. They bent, but they did not break, and that's the key. Let's just see what they come out offensively. They're inside their own 25-yard line.
Let's call it the 17-yard line. 1st and 10, Beat Diggers. Yerk brings them up, backs in the T, hand off to the near side, and that's Wellen. He'll be up for about 2.5, 3 yards.
Brings up 2nd down.
You're going to be short of the 20-yard line. About the 19. So we'll call it 2nd down and 8 from the 19. Going that, well, we put Queen in motion to the far side, hand it off underneath. Not much. Oh, breaking tackles, about 2 of them, right in the hole. Nice job by Morales. He's running hard. He's going to be out to the 25, so that'll bring up 3rd and about 3. Clock winding down to 7 minutes left in the first period. Colin Cole out there. He's coming out, but nice to see him back in the lineup.
And the Beat Diggers doing a great job just going straight at him, trying to get underneath those bigger linemen, move their feet, and give the running backs a chance just to get out there and make a big play.
Oh, back to pass. No, that was a fake. Not much there. It's going to bring up 3rd and short. I thought Urick he stuffed it in there at the last second. I thought he was fading back to pass.
Yeah, it was a off-tackle play to the near side here. It looked almost like it was a 36 where we had the backside guard pull and catch trap.
So 4th down and 3. We'll have Christian Cook back for Faith Christian on the near side. Puga set, nice high kick, and running backwards and falling down, but catching it will be Christian Cook. And one of his own guys ran over it. What? Wait a minute.
Down by number 19, Christian.
They threw a late flag.
Flag on the play.
I don't know if he got the. There was a block by the beat digger, and that Lance Wentz right out there saying, "What are you talking about, guys?" The
Yeah,
receiver's trying to tell the official, "I got roughed." He's laying down there, but his own guy ran over and knocked his helmet off.
That just means the referees are not in position and to make that call. Somebody's got to see that
Boy,
on the
Lance,
sidelines. Yep.
excuse me, Lance is hot. I glanced away because he was down. Now they're going to mark off 15 against the beat diggers.
Well, that's his first warning.
What do you think, Vince?
Next time anybody gets a personal foul, he's got to leave the field. So this is key right now and crucial for the beat diggers that Lance has got to make sure that he's staying under control and not letting the situation get the best of him.
Well, he might as well get his 15 yards worth there. So that's going to set them up at their own 48 with a 1st and 10 after that 15-yard gift. And out to the right side, falling down behind the line of scrimmage, is Jordan Abbott. He's only 5'9", 150. Listed as a wide receiver, but he kind of caught a pitch to the right.
Yeah, those guys might be listed as receivers, but they're very versatile. They can run the ball as well as go out and catch the ball, too.
It's about a 4-yard loss there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 14. They've got to get down to the beat diggers 43 for a 1st down. Isaiah Kroll sets his backs in an eye. He'll get under center. He's going to end it to the deep back, cutting up the middle. Nice gain, about 7 yards. That'll put the ball in the beat diggers territory, about the 48. 3rd down and fairly long. Let's call it 3rd and 7.
Brings up 3rd down and 6 for the Eagles.
Some of the players, Ricky Mendez has been out there, kind of a defensive end stance here. They go out of the shotgun and back to pass, getting a good rush, throwing it long and deep and over the head of the receiver. That was Jordan Abbott out there.
Boy, a great job by the defense. Nice pressure. Ricky Mendez coming up the field on the far side of the field to get his hands up in the quarterback's face and not give him a clear view downfield. So that's exactly what you need to do. You got to put the pressure on him, take him out of his comfort zone. If you let him sit back there and throw the ball, he's going to find the holes in the defense and pick us apart. So that's a great job defensively.
Okay. Michael Osgood back to kick. And I think that's Cox again deep. Low snap. He picks it up, but a low kick. Cox is looking at it and is going to let it roll down right to the 10-yard line. It's going to stop on the 10. But it'll be beat digger's ball.
Once again, we'll take over. 4 minutes and 25 seconds to go in the opening quarter from Brush. The Brush Beat Diggers taking on the visiting Faith Christian Eagles. Ron Elbow, along with Rob Hastings, on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.
And Vince Albo doing our stats for us.
Vince Elbow on the stats.
Okay. Beat diggers come out. We'll send Colin Cole out to the near side. Backs in the tee. Cade Jurek under center. Going to hand it off the left side. Not much there. Submarine and underneath. That looks like 50 for, 56 maybe for Faith Christian. I didn't get that number very well, but he really submarined his blocker and got under and tripped up.
Their numbers are kind of hard to read just because they are that Vegas gold on white, so it makes it really difficult to see those numbers.
They're kind of narrow and small, too. Okay, we got a slot to the near side. Jurek back to pass. He's looking long, and he's going to have to run. He's taking off to the left side. He gets tripped up. He's going to make it up for a short gain. That had to hurt. He had a couple guys hit him right there as he was going down.
Yeah, it almost looked like he was I know he was trying. Looks like he was trying to go to the receiver to the near side of the field on a waggle pass, and so he needed to get outside his tackle there, set his feet and throw that ball. But there's too much pressure coming upfield.
Make 3rd and long. 3rd and a short 8. We'll bring Ben Brown out to the right. Cox in the slot. One back. And underneath handoff coming up the middle. Not enough for the first down, but close. I heard somebody say Nichols. I'm not sure. Did you catch the running back there?
That was Nick Wellen.
Was it Nick?
Yeah,
Okay.
Nick Wellen. Just a little quick hitter off the left side, a quick dive play, just to come up to the line of scrimmage, get lined up, straight ahead.
Junior Huga's going to set back at his 5 for the punt. Big Christian guys are getting back a little deeper. Jordan Abbott, I think, is on the far side. High kick, big rush there, but Junior gets it away. It's going to come to the near side and hitting down hard. Nice low tackle right at the ankles. And that's Isaac Morales.
Excellent coverage downfield. He just raced down there, broke down, made the tackle, and kept Faith Christian's returner from getting any kind of yards. So now they'll take over with 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
They'll have a moment while they move the... No scoring yet. Nothing. Here with 2:29 on the clock, first quarter. So it's been an exciting quarter, though.
Been a good quarter.
Okay, they'll go with the quarterback under center. Backs in the eye. Abbott. The deep back. He's got it running up the middle. He's got a first down. Breaks into the open. One man to beat. Jade Queen. Queen's up there, catches him at the 15-yard line. And I didn't think Jade was that fast, but he tracked him down and put him down at the 15. That was a long run.
45-yard pickup for Faith Christian to set them up inside the 15-yard line with 2 minutes and 21 seconds to go in the opening quarter from Brush.
Okay, they get...
And that's exactly what they did not want to have happen as far as the defense. They've done a great job of slowing them down, but you got to stay disciplined, you got to stay consistent, or sometimes those breaks will happen and they come for big yards.
It was a big play. Now they'll go with the deep back again. The Beat Diggers are all over it. The big 67 there, Joshua Chacon with the tackle, along with some help. He broke through the line and had to kind of run forward to catch him.
Yep.
Queen's out there, along with Dunker. Colin Cole, I think, is deep there. Ben Brown, the corner on the far side. Near side is Queen. Backs in the eye again, under center. It's a Faith quarterback. Hands his second man. He's got a sidestep and nothing there for Jordan Abbott.
And the Brush Beat Digger defense doing a great job of everybody engaging in the man, staying low, and making sure they're making a pile in the middle of the field right there and not allowing any running lanes for those Faith Christian backs.
Might have got a yard on the carry. That'll bring up 3rd and either a long 7 or a short 8.
Down and 7 for the Eagles.
Okay, they set up the same formation. Wides to each side. Headed north. Back to pass. And coming to the near side, touchdown, Eagles.
And he throws a great ball. He's a big quarterback. He's got a great quick release, and if you give him any time back there, that was a great route. He ran a deep out to the near side of the field and threw that ball, and it was a touchdown.
Yeah, it was from Isaiah Kroll to Jonah Gardner. Gardner Sr. at 6'2", 175. And Jade Queen was out there on an island, and he had a lot of ground to cover. Okay, they're set to kick it away. Kick is up and no good. Low and off to the left side. So how about that?
Well, it's a nice break for Brush. That usually when you miss an extra point like that, that's something to your benefit. So later on, as the game goes on, we'll see how that works out for them.
Okay, and let's go to some of the starters. Number 4 for Faith Christian Eagles is Jordan Abbott, the 5'9", 150-pound wide receiver. Then they'll have Isaiah Kroll, the quarterback, number 11. Number 19, Christian Cook, 5'9", 155 wide receiver, cornerback runner. And Gardner, we talked about him, number 23 at 6'2", 175, the receiver. David Nagy, number 27 at 5'10", 150-pound junior. Also running back. Aaron Finch, Mitch Black, Colin Dunn, the lineman, and a tight end, Ty Ritter at 6'3", 205. His number's 84. Okay, who we got back deep here? But we'll know in a moment. Colin Cole, low kicks coming to up back. Good job of grabbing it. I think that's Wellen. There's a 1 on one side of that number. Yeah, it's Nick Wellen on the reception, and he'll take it out to the 35-yard line. So he gained about 10 on that, didn't he, Vince?
Should be about 10 yards, yes.
Just roughly. 54 seconds left here in the quarter. Faith Christian up 7-0 over the Beet Diggers. Okay, we'll bring Colin Cole wide to the near side. I think that's Queen in the slot right. And back to pass is Urich. He's got a sidestep, breaks into the open, has a blocker, cuts it up. He'll have a first down, running up the near side. He's across the 50 into Eagle territory. Nice run there. We're going to mark it down at the 47.5-yard line of Faith Christian. Nice run by Cade Urich in the pregame. Lance Christian brought that up, that he's got pretty good wheels, and he used them there. Okay, Cole on the near side. And I think that's Cox in the slot. They'll hand it right up the middle for about 3-4 yards. And I think that's Wellen. Yeah. He'll be hit down right about the 45-yard line. Let's make it 44. Gain of a good 3. We bring up 2nd and 7. Clock winding at 24 seconds and counting. Jade Queen comes into the play. Colin Cole will go out to the left side. Gets Queen in the slot. Backs in the T. Second back through. And up close to the first down is Morales. And he gets hit down by several players. He's going to make it to the 40, so we'll bring up 3rd and 2, and we'll head to the second quarter. How about that? Let's take a short timeout. Faith Christian leads at 7-0 here as the first quarter ended on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Off to the right side and a flag as Morales took it around the right side to begin the second quarter. They threw a flag from the back there. I don't know, did you see anything wrong?
I'm not quite sure what was going on there. I know what Faith is doing now is they've got their flip-flop and their defensive ends depending upon where our strength is at. And so I know the coaches are looking at that and figuring out how they're going to attack it, maybe running away from number 58. He is a pretty good defensive lineman for them, but it looks as though we must have had a legal procedure because the ball is being marched back.
I think he called it chop block. He was pounding on his knees there, so that's a big one. Big 15 yards.
So that'll put him back almost 1st and 20.
3rd and 20.
3rd and 20.
Yeah. Well, a little less than that. Ball set down at the inside the 45-yard line of the Diggers.
3rd down and about 17 to go.
We'll bring Cole to the near side. Wellen and Morales in the T. Urich back to pass, throws it up. Morales has it. He's crossed midfield, drops the ball. But he'll be down short of the first down.
What a great quick hitter on the part of Cade Urich. He takes the running back, runs him on a little quick release out of the backfield, right up the seam there, right up on the hash marks, gets him to the open spot, throws him the ball, and he completes the pass, picks up about 8 yards on that play.
Morales got a helmet to his hand the way he was acting. Now he's holding his head, so I'm not sure what that means.
Yeah, anything happens out there where those hits come and they're kind of crazy, and so you just never know when it's a quick hitter like that. You got to be aware that there's going to be a defensive back or linebacker somewhere coming to put a punishing hit on you.
We've got Virgo ready to punt here. Okay, we got a timeout for the Beet Diggers. Lance Christian's coming out.
Yeah, we didn't have enough ball players on the field with Morales coming out. We were one guy short. So Coach Schwint, noticing that, calling the timeout real quick so you get the correct guys out there and have 11 guys on the field. You can't play Faith with 10 guys on the field and they're 11. It just won't work. So
We'll let Morales go back out. I'm not sure what happened to him. He's laying on his back with his knees up against his chest there.
he just might have got the wind knocked out of him. I think the way that hit was, it was helmet and shoulder pad like right in his rib cage area, so I think it just knocked the wind out of him. And 6-0, second quarter here, not bad. I mean, there's a lot of good things that are coming out of this game. Brush is not looking like they're intimidated whatsoever with Faith Christian. They're just saying, hey, come on, bring it on. We'll match up with you. We'll do the best we can, and we'll just see what happens.
Faith ranked number 7 this week. Only got 1 loss on the season, 2 wins. As Junior sets up, set to kick it away, big rush, but he gets another nice kick going down, right down about 10-yard line, and hit it dead there. Let's see, which number is that? 62 on that.
I think it's Isaac D. Herrera, 52.
Was it 52?
Yeah, 52. Isaac D. Herrera recovering the ball right about the 11-yard line. Good hustle on the part of Isaac to get down there and provide good coverage so that they could not get a return set up.
They're going to set it down at the 12. Pretty good spot for Faith on that. And 11-14 to go here in the second quarter with, 6-0 for Faith. They'll bring Rodine Venkakurov, junior at 6'1", 165 to the near side. And they're going to run to this side, but Beat Diggers have about 7 guys just made a wall there when he was going through that.
Yeah, you had 9 of the 11 guys right there around the ball, surrounding it, making a pile, so it's making it difficult for Faith to pick up yards and break those. We got some substitution, like we said, was going to be important to try to get some guys rest. Isaac D. Herrera comes out, and Chase Barnett's going in to replace him on the defensive line. So let's give Isaac a little bit of rest and get him ready to go back in there, another player or two. Jordan
Abbott in the backfield, the lone back, and the keeper by the underneath handoff. That the one up back kind of stepped back in and got kind of delayed handoff there and then run right up the middle.
Well, that's that wing again from this near side. He's there and he just lines up and he's got an option. He's either going to go in motion and fake it, or he's going to go in motion and they pull that tackle, that guard from this side and trap it and kick it out, and he ran right up in the alleyway.
It's going to move it out to the 27. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. It was a tricky little play. I didn't think there was anybody he could hand it off forward like that. But that was pretty tricky. One deep back, and he'll hand it to him, and he does a nice cut back. Caleb Cox has got him, but only after a 9-yard carry.
And Faith does a good job. They'll come at you with that wing and sweep it and trap and kick him out to the side. Then they'll just have that single back there, and they'll just hand it off straight ahead dive and pick up plays on it. So it's a lot of trying to keep the defense off balance and guessing, and they're doing a good job with that right now.
Bring 1st and 10. Ball just short of the 40-yard line of the Eagles. Caleb Cox, a leading tackler for the Beat Diggers, and you don't really want your
defensive backs.
Defensive back having most of the. Okay, a shotgun, one back, and an underneath handoff again. Not much there, diving under a tackle. And I think that's Jonah Gardner on that carry.
And at that time, we were pretty lucky because at that time, the defensive end on this near side, which was Ryan Dunker, his job is to contain. And so what happened is he stepped up, and that tackle came and kicked him out. And had that running back made that cut inside there, he might have been off to the races. But a great job by our defense. The linebackers coming up to make a play.
Okay, shotgun, one back, and a little underneath handoff to that wing back and getting the first down. It's got blockers out there, one man to beat. Still blocking, clear down into the 10-yard line, 5. And that's a touchdown. Seen somebody run out of bounds. I was kind of holding the breath to see if that had been knocked out of bounds. But
it's a 55-yard touchdown for Faith Christian, and just basically helmet on helmet taken off. And they have the tight end on the near side here drag across field so that once he got open in the field, he was able to provide extra He got a flag on the far side.
Yeah,
Maybe he
that's
did
all
step
coming
out.
back.
Maybe he stepped out.
We got a yellow flag. They're marking it off from the Beat Diggers 45. And that's going to put
Holding
it back at
Holding
Holy
call.
Family's 45 and a half. So that's a huge penalty. Takes away a touchdown. So make it 2nd and 4. So they still ended up gaining yards out of that.
And it'll be interesting to see what they come back with, because that's a long run for that guy to go back to back on play. So we'll see what happens here.
Jordan Abbott out to the near side. And another receiver. Back to pass, swinging and running out to the near side. Intercepted. Oh, falling down is Caleb Cox. He hit the spinners out there as he run out of traction, and he was ready to run it, but that's
Faith,
great.
Yeah, Faith ran that play a couple of times and brushed the defensive backs. Paid attention to that, knowing that when they've got two receivers on that side of the field, those type of routes are going to run, a deep out and a shorter out. So all that defensive back's got to do is sit in between those two routes, look for that ball, and being able to pick it off. And that's a great job by Caleb Cox.
And he jumped high, too.
Yep.
That went up there a long way. 1st and 10 Diggers. Ball at their own 44. They'll head north. The Eagles ahead 6-0. Tight formation. They come from the near sidelines. Cade Urick runs into his receiver. He's going to be knocked down. It's a pass, but I think it was Queen got locked up there, run into each other, and messed up the play.
The offensive linemen, they just didn't do their job that time. They had too much pressure coming in. They know if he's going to pass the ball, they have got to be able to set up and pass block for him, taking away the inside pressure that's going to be coming. So 7 minutes and 53 seconds to go in the second period. Faith leading by a score of 6-0 from Beat Digger Stadium.
2nd and 18 for the Beat Diggers. Ball back at their 36. Urick calling out the signals at the line. Back to pass, a little underneath pass. Dunker has it. He's going to be hit down short of the 44. Not sure a flag didn't come out because they tackled him by the back of his helmet.
And if anybody understands and knows brush beat digger offense, that's basically what we call an 81 dump. They send the tight end on a quick release, find the open spot just between the defensive line and the linebackers, and Ryan did a great job of catching that ball and holding on to it because he was hit by three guys there, and a great job. So now it brings down a 3rd and short yardage.
Third and 11. It got that 10 yards in between those. It looks good on the other side, but Urick out to the right, is going to throw it. Got a receiver, got a first down. They're down inside of Eagle territory.
Ben Brown
on the carry. And nice job there. Urick threaded it in there. There's about 4 guys around him.
Yeah, beautiful. He needed 10 yards. He got 11 yards to pick up the first down. That puts him into Faith Christian territory at the 45-yard line of Faith Christian.
Queen will come out, and Cox will come into the play now. Lance out there changing something up. But Urick's done a good job of calling the plays and executing them. Okay, we're going to have 3 wide receivers near side. Brown, Cox. Urick's in a little quarterback keeper. He's off the right side. He's going to pick up. He's driving forward. He's got 5 yards out of that. He earned that last 2 the hard way.
Well, and there was a swarm of Faith Christian defenders on that play. The 2 defensive ends and those interior linemen just came upfield. They were able to get pressure and get upfield. So Cade had no other choice other than to try to find that open lane and pick up some positive yardage.
Yeah. It almost looked like a called quarterback draw, I think. Yeah. But nice pickup, just a little short of the 5 yards, but call it 2nd and 6. Brown to the near side. Backs in a T. A little motion from the far side by Queen. He comes through, and they'll pitch it to the near side. Morales will grab it, and he's headed up close to the first down. He's going to be about 1.5 yards short. They'll set it down at the 36. Looks like where they're marking it down. Caleb brings into play. Kind of go in that stack huddle there with Urick out front. Send Cox to the right side, Brown to the near side, right on the near hash marks as they head north. Those Cardinal jerseys. Underneath handoff right up the middle goes Wellen for the first down. He gained about 4 or 5 yards there. He's come off a left tackle.
Boy, great call on the part of the offense and the coaching staff. They ran, the tight end was lined up to the far side of the field, so they ran a 27, which is a cross block. Normally you run with the tight end and the tackle. That time they did it with their guard and the tackle, and it was the weak side of the defense, and they picked up big yards on a great call, being able to take advantage of where the weakness is on the Faith Christian defense. Great call.
Good blocking there. We'll send Colin Cole and Queens far to the right, coming from the near side hash marks, and put Dunker out here to the near side. Only one back. It's Wellen in the backfield. Morales is also off in a slot to the right. Underneath handoff to Wellen. Him and Urick are fighting for the ball because they just got overwhelmed.
Yeah, the beef on that defensive line from Faith Christian is just too much at that point for them to handle. Big number 58 and big number 72 just brought the heat that time and basically collapsed our front four there.
Corey Ferrero, one of the tacklers, a senior at 6'2", 195. So now the Beaters have 2nd and 12. They're faced 36-yard line. A little different look this time. Cox in the slot, Brown to the near side, and back to pass is Urick. He fakes, pulls it down. He's got a blocker, but he's kind of lost his footing. But there was number 44 right there in his road. That's Michael Osgood again.
Yep, and that tight end defensive end from Faith Christian is a big guy. He's got long arms, so it makes it very difficult to see over him and throw the ball. You've got to be able to slide one way or the other and try to complete that pass.
Looked like they almost had kind of a stunt coming on that one.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of people getting in the back seat, feeling in a hurry. Beaters break the huddle. Brown going to slot to the right. Cox far to the far side. Morales to the near side. Wellen the lone back. And Urick back to pass. He's looking long, flows it underneath, and Brown has it, and he's going to have a first down, I believe.
Well, a good
Real
job.
Close to it.
Yeah, good job of spreading out the defense, trying to make them keep from bringing the heat all the time. So they go 2 receivers to each side of the field, and they release the inside guy, who's usually one of the open guys. The quarterback takes a look to his left, knows that slot receiver on the right side is open, makes that call, and completes that pass.
That's nice. While they do the measurement here, I think they're going to roll it in here. How about Cargill Meat Solutions? Cargill is committed to feeding the world in a responsible way by reducing the environmental impact and continuously improving products, processes, and learn about Cargill's story of commitment. You can check them out at cargill.com. And, of course, B&B Appliance. When you're shopping for new appliances, shop the best appliance store in Fort Morgan, hands down. B&B Appliance carries a full, complete line of Whirlpool appliances and will help you find your perfect fit. That's B&B Appliance in downtown Fort Morgan. Well, how'd we do there?
Just short.
Just a little bit short.
That'll bring up 4th down now. 4th down and barely maybe the length of the football.
Very short. We'll see where they set those chains. We got the 4th down marker about 6 inches from the end of the chain. Beaters going to the tight formation. 2 tights, backs in the eye. Urick looks him over. Back shift, hand off to Wellen, drops the ball. No, that's Morales. Drops it, picks it up, and gets up for about a 7-yard gain.
Heads up play by Morales, knowing that he lost the ball. Luckily, no Faith Christian guys were there to recover it or put a hit on him. He was able to get that ball and pick it up and pick up a first down. So the Brush Beat Diggers keep the drive alive inside their own 20-yard line.
Well, I've seen the ball go down, and a couple of Faith Christian guys kind of hesitated there, and he just grabbed it and went forward. That was lucky play for the Beat Diggers. 1st and 10 at their 19. And Urick's going to keep her. He gets hit in the backfield. Now he's going to get hit short of the line of scrimmage. And he got hit pretty hard there at the end.
From looking at that play, it appears as though they were trying to run a bootleg and the blocking, there was too much penetration, and so therefore it makes it awful hard to execute that play and have the quarterback get out and get positive yardage on it.
Second 11 at the 20. 6-2 nothing for Faith, and we're getting short time here in the first half, down to a minute 30. Beaters will head north. They're on the near sideline. Urick back to pass again, and he's running for his life again. They're going to be hit in the backfield. He had a receiver, didn't he?
Yes, he was wide open. He had the running back out of the backfield. Isaac Morales open on the far side, and all he's got to do is just sit and throw that ball. If he throws that ball right away, it's a completed pass. Unfortunately, now it's a sack for lost yards for the Brush Beat Diggers.
Jordan Abbott for Faith was out there with two receivers wide open, in Dunker and Queen, I think it was down there, but Dunker was one of them. A little too much pressure. Brown wide right, Morales in the slot right. Another receiver that side. Yerk back, he's throwing it long and almost intercepted. Brown jumped high for it. It looked like Cox might have been the open one there.
Yeah,
he was a little deeper, but Cox had kind of cleared him out there, but it's going to bring up fourth down and long. A little far out for a field goal at the 25-yard line. Fourth and long, about 4th and 16. This in Cox wide right. Brown also out there in a slot. 4 wide receivers. Morales and Dunker to the near side. Quick rush and hit as he threw it. And they're going to call that a pass, but Jury got hit.
Boy, the offensive line,
went forward, but he's not too happy, is he?
Yeah, very difficult job. The offensive line not blocking, not holding their ground against Faith Christian. If that doesn't happen, he's going to get hit like that every single time. I know the coaches are not happy one bit because the offensive linemen are not doing what they need to do at that point.
Kenny Stegner is a big body out there that they don't have, and he's out there in these Levi's today, so that's a big change. Well, 1st and 10 for Faith at their own 26. Shotgun, that little cross buck to the slot back, and about a 4-yard pickup out to the 30. And that was Jordan Abbott again on the run, the 550-pounder. And we're going to time out by Faith. That comes with 22 seconds on the clock here in the first period. Faith up 6-0.
This Brush timeout, or Faith timeout, Brush timeout brought to you by State Farm Insurance. When you're looking for someone to walk you through the insurance world, turn to the office of Greg Mullen at Brush. Home, auto, life, and health. State Farm Insurance is here for you and your family. Give Greg Mullen a call today at 842-4555. Well, Rob, 22 seconds to go in the first half of this game from Brush, the season opener at home opener, or the season opener at home for the Beat Diggers. And, I mean, if you'd have looked at it and said, okay, Faith Christian coming to town, 7th-ranked team, what's the score going to be? Everybody on paper would assume it might have been a lot worse than what it is. So right now, Brush is setting in a pretty good spot. Yes, they've made some mistakes, but they've got things that they can work on and get better on that. So right now, if they can just hold them out of the end zone until halftime, they'll get a chance to go in there and talk and regroup again at halftime.
Both teams had a couple of holding calls that really hurt. But we'll bring Kristen Cook out to the near side. And they'll go out of the shotgun again. And straight back to pass. We're going to throw it to the far side. Not much there. What'd you see, Ron?
I saw that big tight end, number 84, cruising right down the field, and he released real quick. We didn't get a handle on him to slow him down a little bit. If that quarterback would have looked his way, we're outmanning our defensive backs there, and he'd have had a big pass play.
So that was a nervous wave you did there.
Yeah, that was by Ritter, and I do get nervous watching that because
he's at 6'3", 205, and I think Jade's maybe 5'8", 5'9".
Yeah,
out there. and Cox is a lot smaller. Coming to the near side again is Christian Cook at 5'9". Queen will be on him. And underneath handoff right up the middle, blockers, but hit down. It'll be Morales with the tackle, 14 seconds on the clock.
Inside the Brush 40-yard line with just 14 seconds to go in the second quarter. So Brush, once again, Coach Creighton calls a timeout to go out there and talk with his guys. And I know Coach Creighton's does a great job of scouting the team and knowing what their tendencies are. So right now at this time, I'm sure he's going to go out there and talk to him, let him know in this situation, depending on the formation that they come out and what kind of plays he can expect for them to be running. So,
okay, 1st and 10 for Faith at their 40. So they got to get to the 50 for a first down. So we'll call it 1st and 60,
40, my
right?
fault.
Oh, that's cool. That's fine. It's easier after the play's over.
Northeastern, for a college that will equip you to go anywhere. Look no further than Northeastern. For information, go to www.njc.edu.
Okay, Christian Cook to the near side. We got a receiver in the slot. That'll be Jacob Abbott. Queen and Cox out there with them. And looking to the far side, they've got a big tight end out there, but nowhere near it. Brown on the coverage. That'll stop the clock with 10 seconds. 2nd and 60. 2nd and 10, but
that time
only 10 seconds on the clock.
Sent two guys deep down the middle of the field there and had a tight end kind of dragging on this near side looking for a short route. Hopefully they could get the ball to him, they get some blocking downfield and see if they can pick up a big play, but he was under pressure and was not able to complete that pass.
Had pretty good coverage, too. It's almost like he almost threw it away. Okay, Cook out here again. Have a wide receiver to the far side. And a big rush and running off to the far side. Good tackle right at the line of scrimmage by the Beat Diggers. That was Abbott on the carry. Nothing there, and we're down to 1.5 seconds on the clock, and Faith's going to call a timeout. No gain on the play.
I would look for them to bring either that 4 wide receiver set from Faith or definitely have that tight end in the slot right now and try to get him down the middle of the field and get the ball to him, try to get a mismatch on one of our defensive backs. So I know Coach Creighton's probably out there talking about that. They know they've scouted it, they've watched their tendencies, and they've watched what plays they call in certain situations. So I would look for something like that to happen.
Okay, Ehrlich Toyota East. Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Ehrlich Toyota East in Fort Morgan. They'll fit you in a car or truck of your choice, serving all of northeastern Colorado. Ehrlich Toyota East. Well, Faith huddles up on the far side in those white singlets with the light gold pants, gold helmets. I guess that's gold, isn't it?
You're talking wrestling now, too. Singlets.
Did I say singlets? Sorry about that. Okay, big rush by the Beat Diggers. Back to pass. We get a flag in the air, and there's a complete. No, ball come free on the far side. Nice hit by Brown on Jonah Gardner, but I think that's going to be the half as we got a holding penalty way back there. Good rush by the Beat Diggers, and that will end the half. 6-0. Faith ahead, but been a good game, and Beat Diggers are right there where they need to be. So let's take a short timeout. We'll come back with our halftime scores and update that, maybe a few stats. We'll be back in a moment on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. That's Garrett Pott out there to kick it off. 5'9", 150-pound kicker, and a low one. It's going to go over the head of Welland. Down to the 6-yard line, picking up is Cole. He heads up the middle, breaks 2-3 tackles. He'll be hit out of bounds. And two Faith players crashed together again. Thank goodness this time we didn't get a flag on the Beat Diggers out of it.
Boy, Colin Cole doing a great job of weaving through that kickoff team, staying on the near side of the near sideline here, and picking up positive yards to let Brush start this second half at about the 32-yard line.
Yeah, they're a little past 32, so 1st and 10. Cole go wide left. Brown at the near side, backs in the T. Yuri under center. Now that's Cox. He'll put him in motion across the field, going to the underneath the pitch, and that's going to Morales. He breaks free. He's got about 6 yards out of that.
Just a nice quick toss to the outside of 59 where they run the guy in motion to help block on the perimeter, and then they pull the left tackle there and have him kick out and lead blocking for the running back.
We'll switch Queen for Cox. Eric in that choir formation. They come out quick. And Colin Cole to the near side, number 24. Queen will go far to the left. Back's kind of the right side of the quarterback. And underneath handoff to Morales, but not much there. Wellen, I guess it was. Morales with the block.
Just a quick hitter there, just a straight ahead dive inside the right over the guard, between the guard and the tackle. It's what we call a 24 if you're familiar with brush, like I said, brush football. It's just a straight ahead dive.
Patriots need about 3 yards to get the first down. It's about 3rd and 2, but 3 would be better. Cole to the left, Cox to the near side. Backs in the tee. Cox will go through in motion. The far side. Pitch it out to Morales. He cuts out. Oh, man, nothing there. That play looked a little fouled up. I don't know if they got a little push up there and he had to go a little further wide than he wanted to, but not real good blocking.
Well, yeah, there wasn't any room to run there. They basically ran to the weak side of the formation that time. The tight end was on the near side of the field, so they were taking advantage of running him in motion and seeing if he could catch that block, and it didn't work out. But Faith had a lot of penetration that time.
Christian Cook is going deep. He'll set up about the 30-yard line. Huga gets set, Junior Huga, the sophomore kicker. He's got a good leg. And big rush, he drops it, somehow gets it away. It's going to come across the 50, roll down across the 40. I don't know how he did that. That was a soccer kick. You said he was a soccer player, but somehow he got it out of there. 3 guys were all over him, and I think 2 of them were past him when he got that kick away. Looked like a disaster for a moment, the low snap. But another good break for the Beat Diggers. He faced ball at their own 37, just underway here in the second half with Faith up by 6. We'll bring Frank Kratoff out to the near side and hand it underneath and up for about 3-4 yards.
David Nagy from Faith
Was it
Christian.
Nagy? Yeah, I was trying to catch that number. He gets 4 good yards there. Put the ball out to the 37, 36-yard line. Excuse me, 41. We were at the 36. The center's huge out there for Faith Christian. They'll go with the back eye backs and up to the near side. And there's nothing doing there. Breaking down the blocking was Dunker. Nice job by Ryan Dunkers. He just kind of comes out of that defensive end position, really fouled up the blocking.
And a great job on the defense. That time, Faith Christian pulled their inside guard to come and trap him. What we did at the defensive line, we just closed that down and did not allow them a hole or an alleyway for that running back to run.
Okay, 3rd and a long 6. I'd say no gain on that play. Send 2 wides to the right side.
Perfect time for that tight end to release down the field.
And they're throwing it to the near side. And that'll make first down. Good tackle there by Morales. As Ben Brown was there but missed the tackle, but Morales closed quickly and shut it down. But that'll be 1st and 10 at the 50 for the Faith Christian Eagles. They said they're up by 6 here early in the 3rd period. Nose of the ball right on the face side of the 50. Frank Carduff wide to the right. They'll hand it to the deep back, and not much there. Maybe a couple yards there for Jordan Abbott.
What Faith Christian tries to do, they just go ahead and try to get helmet on helmet. They'll pull a trapping guard from the opposite side or a tackle and look for him to kick out who's ever in the hole and have that running back run up right behind him.
Ricky Mendez and Wellen on the tackle. Gain of a yard, but that's all. Clock down to 7:36 in the 3rd period. Faith will go with a tight formation. One running back, shotgun. And handoff. Nope, coming to the near side. And being hit right out of bounds into the Beat Digger side is Jordan Abbott, but there wasn't much there. They shut him down after maybe 3 yards.
No, they ran that sweep play, that motion play to the short side of the field, hoping they could get helmet on helmet. Their pulling guard, number 59, was coming down and trying to man up on our defensive end, but our defense did a great job of stringing it out to the sidelines and allowing our linebackers and DBs to come up and make the tackle.
There's Jacob Thielen, a junior, 6'3", 213. Yeah, they run sideways a lot, but it's been pretty effective for them. 3rd and a long 5. Let's stay with that 2 I-backs. Straight back to pass, big rush, going to the far side, and a nice reception over there. Hit down inside the 25-yard line. And that was 23. Jonah Gardner. That ball was thrown about 50 yards.
And about a 20-yard pass reception.
Went from the near hash marks to the far side of the field. So big play there for Faith. Brings up 1st and 10.
And the last two
Beat Diggers 24.
The last 2 times that Faith has been in third down and long yardage, they've ran that same pass play. They've completed that same pass play to pick up big yards. Last time was 9. This time was 20 yards.
There's no fear by Isaiah Kroll because he had a big rush right in his face and threw it anyway. Nice hit right there in the hole by Isaac Morales. That was Nagy for a carry. He might have got a half a yard. Morales came right in there and got him.
Doing what the linebackers are supposed to be doing. The defensive linemen are holding up the tackles, not letting them get there, and his job is to fill and make the tackle.
Okay. That scoreboard says 2nd and 10 for Faith.
Should
wide out to each side, backs in the eye, and a little. They're going to hand it off to Jordan Abbott. A little misdirection and ball handling by the quarterback as he kind of faked it to the left and then he went off to the right side.
Ran a trap for about 4 yards. Brings up another 3rd down and 6, and in the last 3 times they've had the 3rd down, they've ran a pass play, so we'll look for, and usually going to Nagy has been their guy. They'll bring him out, or I'm sorry, not to Nagy, but they'd be going to Gardner.
Ball just short of the 20. 3rd and 7. And straight back to pass. A good rush coming to the near side. Jumping up in the air. Nice tackle there by Ben Brown, but that's Jonah Gardner again with a nice catch. And it's still going to be 4th down. I don't think he's setting right on the 15-yard line.
4 on the play brings up 4th down and 1.
4th down, very short there.
I'd look for him to run something real quick, maybe possibly a quarterback sneak at this time.
We got to get to the 19 and a half. Those are the balls right on right on the 15. We got to gain about a half yard. Backs in the eye. Quarterback under center. You call that a goose and go?
He jumped.
Oh, we get a offsides or illegal motion. That's going against Faith. Well, we'll make it 4th and 6. So they march it back to the 21-yard line. Well, the guy on the sideline marked it a foot further back. They're going to put it right on the 20. I was watching the sideline judge march it off, and he marched another yard. So we'll say 4th and 6. That's what we needed anyway. 2 wides to the right. We'll bring Gardner to the near side. Brown up in man-to-man coverage, bump and run. Quarterback's going to throw it to the right side. He's got his number 4 out there. He's going to have a 1st down inside the. Well, that is going to be very close. Let's see where they mark this. That's Gardner on the catch.
It's going to be real close. They're going to measure.
The ball, half of the ball's on Beat Digger's side of the 15-yard line. It's going to be very close. Faith Christian got the other very close one. Picked up the 1st down.
4 minutes and 11 seconds to go in the third quarter from Brush. Faith Christian leading by a score of 6-0, but right now driving down the field on Brush. They're inside the, we're waiting for a measurement here whether or not it's going to be a first down, but they're inside the 20-yard line.
It is a first down for the Beet Diggers.
So
How about
Faith
that?
could not convert. The Brush defense held them, and now they get to take over the ball at their own 20-yard line.
Wow, that was really close, maybe by an inch or so. I seen the official hold his fingers out, but he's about a chain length short. Beet Diggers first down. As you said, 6-0 for Faith, but the Beet Diggers got their ball deep in their territory to 15. Okay, little run off to the left side, nothing there. What'd you see, Vince? Oh, you were waving. I thought you were showing us something. Here comes the golf cart. Okay, it'll be second down and 10. Yeah, 9.5. We got a half a yard out of that. Cole in the near side. Cox in the slot. And Morales in the slot also. Big rush. Then there's a spike of the ball. Good job by Urick. He was under pressure and just threw the ball into the ground.
Lots of pressure coming in that time. Once again, it looks as though the offenses are just having a hard time holding back that pressure. They're not able to hold up and give him some time so he can complete the ball. So therefore, he's being rushed or having to just throw it away.
College or pros, that would have been intentional grounding, but he just spiked the ball. He didn't have to throw it to the little change in the rules there.
Nope, a little bit different in high school.
That's good, because he was about to get crunched. So that's going to bring up third and long, 3rd and 9 from the 15. Okay, and I think Lance is going to call a timeout and talk this one over.
Yep.
This is another big one. It's 3:33 on the clock with Faith up by score 6-0. And Brush timeouts brought to you by State Farm Insurance. When you're looking for someone to walk you through the insurance world, only one place to turn. That's Greg Mullins' office here in Brush. His home, auto, life, and health. State Farm Insurance is here for you and your family. Give Greg Mullen a call today at 842-4555. He's right there by the Sands Theater. So you can stop in and he'll fix you up. Okay. Beet Diggers are set to go. They come out, go right into formation. 3 wides to the near side. Urick in the shotgun is well in beside him. No wides. Oh, and they get it offsides. Faith took off, and it's going to be offsides on Faith. They must have had a little cadence deal there.
Urick did a great job of changing up the cadence and getting them to jump. So I know that was one thing Coach went and talked to him about it when he went out there at halftime to say, hey, try to change that cadence up a little bit and see if you can get them to jump off sides. What a great job. Gives them a little bit closer yardage now.
Colin Cole in with the play. Cox will come out. Urick sends them out. They're going to go with the same formation. Morales in the slot. 2 wides here to the right side. And Morales goes in motion, but he stopped. If he would have kept running, he had been all right. That's going to cost the Beet Diggers 5.
And right there, when you have a positive play where you pick up 5 yards, you get them to jump, you put yourself in a good situation. We come back and shoot ourselves in the foot there, and now we're back to the original line of scrimmage again. So I know that it's got to be frustrating from the standpoint of Brush down there. They get on a roll, and then something happens, and it pushes them backwards.
It really hurts, because Isaac's a great player, and I'm not sure, kind of a mental thing. I think he thought, I'm doing the wrong thing, and kind of hit the brakes.
Yep.
I think if he stayed in motion, he would have been fine. But Brown to the near side. Slot to the near side. Urick straight back to pass. He's got to run, and he runs out to the near side. Morales catches it, but he's hit right in the face at about the 20-yard line. So it's going to be 4th and Well, they're going to make it short of the 20. Move it back to the 23. So, be 4th and 6 or 7. And Puga's going to have to hit it away. Christian Cook will be the lone deep back. He'll set up about his own 45. Urick, the up back, Puga, the low kick. And Cook looks at it. He kneels down to catch it, and he'll be dead right there. That beat Digger's in his face, and Colin Cole and Cox, and number 52 down there, that's Isaac D. Herrera. Good coverage considering the low line drive kick that got there pretty quick.
And Isaac's done a great job on that kick coverage. He's been able to hustle down there and make sure he keeps the guys in front of him and make a tackle.
2:45 here in the third period. Beat Diggers down by 6. They'll put Pankotrov off to the right, way to the far right, another receiver in the slot, and one on the near side, underneath handoff, and nothing doing there. Beat Diggers all over the running back. And
Swarm of defense.
That was huge. It's probably 4. Yeah, it was Jordan Abbott on the carry, but there was nothing there.
The Brush Beat Digger defense led by Ryan Dunker, Isaac Morales, and the rest of those guys just gathered him up and didn't let him go any further.
They'll go backs in the eye, quarterback under center. 2 wides, one to each side. Looking to the near side, and a throw coming out here, and bobbled going out of bounds, and they're going to call it incomplete. Good hit by Brown, and I think the receiver is going to be boogered up on that. I think that was 23, Jonah Gardner.
Yeah, he landed really awkward right there on his left side. I'm not sure that he didn't hurt an arm or something because he's on the ground right in front of the where the table is and the benches are on the near sideline in front of the Brush Beat Digger. So hopefully it's nothing too serious.
That's the track, and I think, is that asphalt right there?
That's the long jump and triple jump runways, but there's a rubber pad on top of it, but still it's a harder surface than the grass.
Brush trainers there, and now Faith gets our trainers there. They all look like they got the same shirts on. So let's take a short timeout. We'll be back with more Brush down by 6 here against Faith Christian on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Okay, welcome back to Brush. It's good to see Jonah Gardner jump up, the 6'2", 175-pound wide receiver. Took a mean hit there, but he's on his feet, and we're ready to go again. And Faith will go with three wide receivers, 2 to the right, 1 to the near side. And a big rush. The quarterback pulls it down, trying to run away. He's going to be hit by a swarm of Beat Diggers. Welland's on top of his number our way, but he had a lot of help from other Beat Diggers. And it looked like Josh Fuentes also in on the tackle. Beat Diggers going to send Caleb Cox back.
Isaac D. Herrera once again on that tackle there.
Okay, Garrett Pott to kick it away. The big rush by the Beat Diggers, high snap and in there and hitting the kicker. He went down. I don't see any flag. Cox is going to let it roll down to about the 22. And I don't know. I don't think anybody hit him. And the officials getting yelled at by the sideline, but he says no. He may have had on a great fake there. I'm not sure.
That was all ball at that time. We were so close to getting the block and maybe recovering that.
Our rusher might have touched the ball, so because it did go kind of low. But anyway, Beat Diggers will have field position at their 22 or 3 here, about the 23-yard line, 1st and 10. Got a long ways to go, and we got 1:20 left in the quarter as they head to our right, the south. Urick's under center. He's going to hand it off the left side. Morales breaks free. Got one man to beat. He's turning on the gas. He's going to go all the way to the 20, down to the 15 or 25-yard line. Got kind of horse-collared down there, but he really put on his burners. But he's his opponent was
Boy,
just a step faster.
just a step faster, but he's got great speed, great first move. He made the cut to the outside and then got straight down the sidelines. And at that point, it was just trying to chase. It was Chase with Faith Christian running him down and getting him out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
Everybody's got to catch their breath now, especially Isaac Morales, as the Beaters set up at their 23-yard line. 1st and 10 at face 23. Backs in the tee. And a keeper by Urick. He's coming around the near side. A lot of blockers. And he's going to break into the clear and finally be hit down just a little bit short of the first down. That might bring up about 2nd and 3. They'll move the ball inside the 15. No, it's 1st and 10. The angle here.
First down.
How about that? 13-yard line. Good call there and good execution by the Beat Diggers. They come up with a tight formation this time from the near side hash marks. Brown to the only wide receiver. And underneath handoff, Wellen right up the middle. He breaks a tackle. He's down to the 6-yard line. That was powerful running by Wellen. I thought he was hit right at the point of attack.
Well, and that's
kept going.
that second and third effort on his part keeps the drive alive and keeps it in positive yards. So that's an excellent job of moving your legs and doing exactly what you need to do once you get the ball in your hands.
Well, they're going to call it the 8 as we're headed to the 4th quarter. How about that? Let's Beat Diggers threatening here as we head to the 4th quarter. 6-0 right now for Faith Christian. We'll be back in a moment on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Okay, Beat Diggers are going to set up their 8-yard line. 1st and goal. Or excuse me, 2nd and goal. We'll call it the 8-yard line. And that's a gain of 5 by Wellen. Okay, we'll go from the far side hash marks though. Brown wide to the right, backs in the tee. And there's Urick. He's got a little pass over the middle at 2 receivers there, but it was too high for either one of them. Dunker was underneath and Cox was in the end zone. But
they were looking for a quick hitter that time, Rod. They figured they'd bring lots of pressure, and with that pressure coming in, being able to get those receivers back behind in a spot where they can catch the ball, but he just overthrew him and incomplete pass.
Just a little bit. Cox would have been about 6 inches taller. He might have had a shot at that one. But they'll come right back up to the ball. 3rd and 5 to go. They can get a first down here. And Urick. And a handoff to Morales to the near side. He might have got back to the line of scrimmage.
A lot of running for no yards there. It looked like he had a lot more yards but where the ball's placed, he might have picked up maybe 1.
Yeah, let's say 1. It'll be 4th and 4 from the 7.5-yard line. Okay, we'll bring Brown to the near side. Backs in the tee. Cox in the slot left side. Dunker the tight end. And there's a keeper by Urick. He's got some blockers out there, but he's not going to make it. It's going to be 1st and 10 for Faith. Loss on that. It was maybe a yard. But they had it covered pretty well. We had a couple blockers out there, but they had about 3 rushers.
Well, yeah, they knew that in that short yardage that would be a good play to call with that bootleg. That was a bootleg to the near side of the field, and lots of pressure where that guard vacates that comes out that's going to pull and bootleg or pull and help our blocking. If we don't fill that hole, that's just pressure for them to come right up through there and make a tackle.
Yeah, the Beat Diggers used that near side or short side of the field play an awful lot, so they were looking for it. Backs in the eye. Quarterback under center, second back through. Cox right in the hole. Gets driven backwards. And they're still moving. And that 75 is grabbing the running back by the shoulder pads, pulling him forward. And Lance is up there telling the officials about it. Come on, guys.
Yeah, I don't think you can do that. That's not legal. They've got to be able to see that.
That's a 15-yard penalty in high school ball, I believe.
And I know that one thing that I've noticed, I was talking to a guy earlier tonight before the game started. He's out here reviewing the referees, so I know he's going to be looking at things like that because that's what they're reviewed on as far as their calls and the positions that they need to be on the field to make the right call. So I'm sure that's one thing that he's going to bring up when he does talk to him about their evaluation.
There's two officials that were right there able to see it, and we got a better view from way up here, though. Brown's out covering on the right side, and nice tackle. See, who was that on the carry? Their little sweep to the left.
That was the wing Mendez, I believe. Not Mendez.
Isaac D. Herrera on the tackle.
That would have been. I would think it was Gardner on that carry.
Yeah, probably Gardner. I was trying to watch the Beat Diggers tacklers on that because no gain, 2nd and 10. And you get a timeout here by Faith. And that comes 10:04 on the clock. That's an early timeout. So how about Morgan Community College? Find out why Morgan Community College is the best choice for your higher education. Visit MCC online at morgancc.edu or stop by the campus for a personal advising session. MCC, here to help you imagine, believe, and achieve your goals. Ingmar Phillips Insurance. They're chronic sponsors. They're awesome.
Do a great job.
Great job. You need insurance downtown Brush. Ingmar Phillips Insurance. Looking to find insurance for your car, home, or even for you? Call Ingmar Phillips Insurance. 2 locations, one in Brush, one in Fort Morgan. They can help you with your home, car, health, life insurance questions, or provide a quote. Ingmar Phillips Insurance. Okay. Face ready to go. 2 wides to the near side. Shotgun formation. Back to pass. Got a big rush. Throwing it deep. And there's completion. Colin Cole on the tackle along with Queen. But that's going to be a 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line. Huge pickup there.
18-yard pickup on that play.
That one hurts. They set them down there and got good field position. But 43 down by 6. Faith is going to send Gardner to the left side by himself. And that little handoff to the right side and breaking free. One man to beat, that's Colin Cole, and he puts him down, but that's going to be about a 20-yard gain down inside the Beat Diggers 40. Ouch, that one hurt.
Boy, just attacking the far side of the field, pulling that tackle or that guard out to lead the way on that blocking with that wing back from the near side here, going in motion, pulling that guard, leading the way blocking. We do have a flag on the far side of the field. Looks like it might be holding against Faith Christian.
And now the Faith Christian coach is yelling at the referees.
No, that's normal.
Just trying to help the refs out. That's a tough job. I always give them heck, but I don't think I'd want to do it. And they're marching it back against Faith. And they're going to set it clear back to the original line of scrimmage.
15-yard penalty against the Eagles.
So no gain on that.
I believe it was a personal foul after the play.
Okay. So the down should count then, shouldn't it? Mm-hmm. That should be 2nd down?
No.
Oh.
It'll go back to the original down.
Okay.
So it'll be 1st down and
since it was after the
10,
play, I didn't
after
know
the
if it
play, so
counted.
they march it back to where the original.
Okay, 3 wides, 1 to the far left, 2 to the near side. Out of the shotgun coming to the near side and kind of went between both receivers. Queen with a hit on number 19 there. That was Christian Cook. But that pass was just a little bit errant, so it'll be 2nd and 10. Faith at their own 43-yard line. those big receivers and Brush's small defensive backs, they look pretty vulnerable out there.
They do, but Brush is doing a great job of holding their own on them and being able to get in position where they can break on the ball and hopefully knock it down.
Jonah Gardner wide to the left for Faith. As they go, nope, they send number 4 off the right side again. He's going to pick up about 6 yards, short of the 50. That'll bring third and about 3 yards for Faith.
And that time what Faith Christian did is they just took their wing from the near side of the field. They took their tackle and their guard. They ran them in motion to the far side of the field, just blocking and kicking out whoever they can and giving the ball to that wingman.
Okay, we bring Tanker off to the near side. Wide receiver way to the right side. Underneath handoff right up the middle. Nothing doing, going backwards. Beat Diggers all over. Crunch down to running back. That has to hurt. He's not getting up real fast. That was Jordan Abbott, I think, on the carry. That was beyond swarmed under. He just got.
Great job by the part of Nick Wellena leading that group of beat diggers to stop that play. So they're in fourth down situation right now, and I would say they're probably going to go for it. I don't see the punt team out here. So in this situation, I know that big tight end of theirs, that Ritter. Watch him because he is lined up tight, and we've got another receiver down here at the bottom of the field. It's going to be
in a shotgun, one back behind. No, he's under center, and we're going to get a delay of game.
Yep.
Took a little too long to put that one together. So instead of 4th and 3, it's going to be 4th and 8. We'll see where they set that down. They're going to send it out to number 44.
Now it should be punt situation.
That's Osgood. And I don't think he's the one that's been doing the punting. Garrett Pott has been doing the punting, so need to watch something funky here. Beat Diggers try a rush. They do good rush by the Beat Diggers. Cox down deep, and he's going to grab it on the run. He's coming to the near side. He'll head out about bounds. Had about 4 guys right on him. He gets out across the 20, though. Up about the 26, 7-yard line.
Well,
nice
Caleb
run
Cox
back by Cox.
Yeah, at 5'6", he does not back down from any kind of competition. He was running with the full head of steam and trying to weave through that line there and realized he was to the sidelines. The best thing to do was to step out of bounds and let the team get a fresh start now.
Well, they're going to mark it at the 25, but that'll give the Beat Diggers 1st and 10. 7:26 on the clock. Faith up by 6. Brush yet to score. Hand off to the near side. Nothing doing there. That had to hurt.
Yeah.
58 on the tackle. That's Corey Ferraro.
Yeah. Isaac Morales on a quick hitter, just a quick dive on the left side or the near side of the field here. He got through the line of scrimmage, but he turned his back and he just got nailed by the Faith Christian defense.
Well, it's 2nd and 11. Faith's shown good defense. Pretty solid most of the game. One wide receiver wide to the right. Underneath handoff. Morales again. He's going to get it back. But, well, that was Wellen on the carry. He'll pick up a couple maybe. We'll set it down 3rd and 8. 8.5. It's be a huge play for the Beat Diggers. There's not a lot of time left. 6:28 on the clock.
Well, on 3rd down, you got to find a way to convert and keep these drives alive so they have a chance to get down there and score and maybe come away with a win.
Brown to the right, Queen in the slot, and we'll also put Morales over to the right side. Roll out by Urick. He almost gets hit, and there's a flag in the holding area. That's going to hurt. Incomplete pass there, and it is a holding call on the Beat Diggers. Urick got hit, broke out of the tackle, got the ball away, but the flag come out. Urick running over to talk to Coach Lance Swint. His first year this year. This is a non-league game, but it still counts in that RAP and all that stuff. For
RPI standings, yep.
Whatever you call that thing.
RPI, it's how they...
And that's going to take it to 6 minutes and 7 seconds. Beat Digger's going to send the punt team out. 4th and 8 from their own 26. Huga gets set. He looks like he could be a lineman, too. High snap again. Huga gets it away. Short kick comes high, and it's going to drop inside of Beat Digger territory. Down at about the 47, the Beat Diggers will pick it up. And the ball will be dead, and we got, is that Morales down again?
I'm not sure.
Thought I seen a 0 on the other side. It's probably cramping up again.
Well, you know, we talked about that with these guys going both ways. I mean, there's not a lot of opportunities for them to rest, maybe possibly on timeouts or at halftime. They've got to stay rehydrated as much as possible. Right now, it looks as though there's some kind of an injury. I'm not quite sure what it is, but he's not moving around really quick right now.
Yeah. Central Auto Parts. You need your vehicle and farm equipment to be in top shape. So make sure you take care of them by purchasing the best quality parts at great prices at your local Napa store. Central Auto Parts in Fort Morgan. Still haven't got a clear look at the numbers there. But looks like that
Jade Queen.
Oh, that's Jade.
Looks like a right knee.
Right knee or ankle. He's kind of got his ankle cocked off to the right side there. Coaches are helping him off on one leg, so that's not a good sign. Jade's another good, tough competitor.
Yes, definitely. I mean, and like we said, they're thin in numbers right now, so when you're losing a guy of that caliber that is a contributor at the varsity level, it's definitely going to hurt your team.
Okay, Faith with great field position at the Beat Digger 42.5. 1st and 10. They go with the quarterback under center, backs in the eye. And back straight back to pass. They throw over the far side and hit as the ball got there. Good coverage there. Let's see, was that Brown on the coverage? Let's see, that was Gardner on the reception. He jumped high, and Brown hit him just about the time it got to his fingertips.
Gardner's been their go-to guy. Anytime they're looking for big yardage on the pass from the passing game, he's the guy they're going through.
Was mostly off the left side. He'll head out there again. We'll put slot to the near side. One back, and they go on that slot again, hitting the backfield. Nice job by the Beat Diggers. Still driving to the far side. Take that slot back or wing back and put him in motion and hand the ball off and run from right to left. And they stretched it out. He got hit in the backfield. And that's going to bring up, I think he got a little loss on that. Going to be 3rd and 11. And Gardner wide to the left again. 2 wings. And a pitch to the near side, way in the back. And a missed tackle, but hit for a loss. That's going to be a new running back. That's number 25, Eric Granados.
Granados, yep.
A sophomore at 5'10", 160, but great coverage by the Beat Diggers. It's going to be 4th and 10. He might have got a half a yard out of that. But
yep. Excellent job by Sebastian Medina on the tackle there. Being very disciplined and just staying his ground and then coming up and making the tackle and then allowing the rest of the defense to swarm around and keep him from picking up any kind of positive yards. That brings him up to 4th down and in a punting situation now.
The short punter, Michael Osgood, number 44. Ball snaps high, big rush, and he gets almost, well, I was looking for a flag to come out, but I think the official's not buying his dives out there. He might have got touched around the ankle, but that's a great kick. It's going to set the Beat Diggers up in
at their own 6-yard line.
Yeah, the 6. Wow. They got a long ways to go and 4 minutes and 17 seconds to get there.
Well, this is what you want. You want to have the ball in your hand with the chance to try to score and put this game away. So if they can control the clock, get down here, score, and get a 2-point conversion or an extra point, that puts them in the lead with no time left on the clock for Faith.
Calling goal to the near side. And we'll put three wide receivers near side. Urick underneath handoff, breaking into the clear, up for a first down. Is that Wellen on the carry? He's going to be clear out to the
25-yard line.
25-yard line. Wow, how about that? Can you use your poll as the assistant principal to get some hash marks out there for us?
Yes. And that was a great call. They had three receivers to the near side of the field. So what they're doing is they're spreading out the defense. They're expecting pass. We come back with the run and pick up big yards.
Great blocking and great running by Wellen. So 1st and 10, Beet Diggers. Ball at the 25. Urick back to pass. Little screen pass to the near side. Covered, but Wellen breaks one tackle, but he can't break the other two. Might be a little loss on the play. He's going to go down about the 18. Faith Christian really had that one covered. So a loss of 2 for the Beet Diggers. Colin Cole in with the play.
And not a bad call at that time, Rob. I mean, taking advantage of the pressure that Faith is bringing. A great time to call a screen and see if you can, pick up some positive yardage on it.
Yeah,
just a block away.
Seen it setting up and thought, oh boy, this is going to be good. But they got through and shut it down. 2 wides to the right, coming from the near hash mark. The Beet Diggers, Urick back to pass. He's going to be hit down. Good rush in there as he floated off the right side, but big number 54 was in there on him. It's Quincy Hansen. I think if I got the number right, for Faith.
They're down at about 17. Loss of about 5.
Yep, that hurts. I call it the 19-yard line. 3rd and 19.
3rd and 16.
16, there we go. I was looking at the wrong number. It's at the 19. Okay, Brown to the near side. He squirts out here. And shotgun formation, Urick back to pass. He's looking long, got a receiver out there, but nowhere near. Cox was trying to get up the sideline, but his opponent was in front of him, and the ball was a little too long.
Yeah, that was a great pass down the sidelines. He just led him just a little too much. If he'd taken a little bit off that ball, he'd have been in his hands, and a nice big gain down inside the 50-yard line for Brush.
And the Beet Diggers, looks like they're going to go for it here. 2:17 on the clock. 4th and very long. Maybe they'll hope for a penalty or something here. That's a long ways to go. Brown way to the right. Gets Cox in the slot. Urick back to pass. And he's going to be hit down at the 10-yard line. Just nobody was open. They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defenders out there against the 2 receivers, and like it kept the tight ends in the block, and it didn't work. So that's great field position. Kind of a desperation move there. At the clock at 2:13, Faith Christian up 6-0 over the Beet Diggers. And Faith is grinning there as they got 1st and goal. They might be able to get a first down. We'll call it the 11-yard line. It's just about 4 inches short of the 10-yard line. Isaac Kroll leads them out. He's under center. In the shotgun. Little motion right up the middle. Dive forward for about 4 or 5 yards. Is number 4. That's Jordan Abbott. He's only 5'9", 150. Come out of the tailback position.
Pickup of about 4 yards, bringing up 2nd down and 6 for Faith Christian.
We'll call it the 7-yard line.
Announcers say 3, I say 4, but
yeah, just short, 2 yards short of the 5-yard line, 7-yard line. I can't see the down marker. They're not there. And they come to the near side, hand off, a little cutback. Welland's in there, undercut by Morales. But they'll have it right at the 5-yard line, just inside, right on the 5-yard line. Faith up by 6, and the clock's ticking at 1:10. Oh, there they got the sideline marker turn the right way so we can see it. So it's 3rd and 5. Faith taking their time. Clock's down to 50 seconds and counting. Put the backs in the eye. And hand it to the deep back, but right up the middle, nothing there. That'll stop it at 39 seconds to be 4th down. It's like Faith's going to bring in their kicking team. They got about 4 kickers, 3 kickers marked on the roster, and 44 kicking most of the time.
We just had to figure out which one they were going to use today.
Garrett Pott is out there, and he has his kicking tee lined it up as we get a timeout here with 39 seconds left, 39.4 seconds.
And you know what I would look for right now, because they've been pretty successful on getting pressure whenever Faith was punting. So let's see if Coach Creighton's going to put together an extra point block here and try to see if we can knock this down, maybe get a chance to recover it.
That'd be Faith. What they think of their kickers and their blocking. It'd be a great time for them to maybe do a little
fake,
fake, and
well, let's see.
There's nothing to lose for them, basically.
Personnel who's in here. Let's see who's in here. Their holder is the quarterback, so I mean anything's possible. And if you take a look, we've got
Garrett Potts listed at 5'9". He looks more like about 5'2" out there. Isaiah Kroll's going to set it down about the 12-yard line. And here's the snap. Kick is up, and it looks good from here, and it is. It'll make it 9-0 with 37 seconds on the clock. How about that? So Faith Christian Eagles go up 9-0 over the Beet Diggers.
That'll all but seal the win for Faith Christian tonight from Brush, which is 37 seconds to go. Ron Elbow along with Rob Hastings.
And this is 1010 KSIR, Brush, Fort Morgan, Sterling. And we'll have Sterling next week. We've got to travel down there. Sterling taking on Eaton tonight. Haven't got any updates on that, but of course that's where we'll head next week. So Beet Diggers, no breaks in their schedule.
Nope.
Okay, Morales deep along with Welland. Well, Welland's the up back. I think that's Colin Cole on the far side.
Yeah, it is Cole on the far side. And you got the two up backs are Welland and Ryan Dunker. And then in front of them would be Caleb Cox.
Garrett Pott set to kick it away. And he's going to kick it clear through the end zone, it looks like here. Morales catches it, but he had to jump up, and he's about 2 yards deep in the end zone. Pott must have felt good about that extra point because he really put his foot into that one. Okay, Beet Diggers 37 seconds. We've seen some miracles on this field before.
Yep.
That's Manitou Springs. He manhandled Brush for all of about 2 minutes of the game.
Yep, I think I remember seeing some old video of that.
Did
Coach
you?
Mills had brought a tape down, and we watched it one time in the coach's office. It was pretty exciting.
That was a great comeback by the Beet Diggers. Big run by Morales. He broke free for about 8 yards. They'll put him down at the 28. But the clock's still running with 24 seconds and counting. Cox and Brown trying to figure out who's bringing into play. So both of them will come in, and Colin Cole will come out. Clock down to 10 seconds and counting. A big rush. Hand off to the near side. Morales cuts it back. He'll be out to the 30, close to the first down, but that's going to be the ball game. Hard-fought game for the Beet Diggers, but on the short end of the stick again.
Yep.
As Faith Christian Eagles are going to win this one 9-0 here on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. We'll be back in a moment. Hey, welcome back. Beet Diggers go down 9-0, but good game, young team, and little things really hurt. Kicking game was good parts, and one bad kick put him in bad field position, but didn't seem to hurt. But that's tough. Hey, we want to remember this is brought to you by Buildings by Design. Building by Design has the experience to complete your project from start to finish. Get the quality you deserve in your building by starting your build project right. Start with Buildings by Design. Thanks to Pat Walter, who's another great sponsor, and his team over at Buildings by Design. And that other fuzzy guy out there, too.
Travis Lefevre.
Yes, Travis. Little trader. He moved from here and went up to Wiggins. A couple times state champion. He wrestled down at 4 days.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Well, as we talk about this game, Rob, wrapping it up here, a 9-0, like I said, coming into the game, most people on paper would think that Brush didn't even have a chance. But the Brush Beet Diggers came out here, once again, they got to look to things are positive. They're getting better. I think what's really hurting them right now, we had another injury tonight. It's that depth. It's that inexperience, okay? The more that they play, the more that they can keep guys healthy. They're doing a lot of great things. It's just that the breaks are not falling their way when they need to. And I know as you look at it, and I know as they watch the film, you're going to see that there were times when they were just worn down. They were just outmanned by Faith Christian. Faith Christian's a good football team. They're not they're not by all means any world beater or whatever. And we proved that we can stay in the game with them as long as we stayed disciplined. We had our defense. They swarmed to the ball a lot. They did a lot of great things. They stopped a lot of big drives, and they pretty much shut the passing game down for the most part all night long. They had a couple of quick breaks, and, of course, a couple of those made big plays and cost them. But, overall, I don't think it's something they can hang their heads about. I think they just got to continue. In this season, as Coach Schwent talked about, learning the terminology again, the Brush Beet Digger terminology, letting the guys understand where they're supposed to be when they call a play. What are they supposed to do? What's the formation? What's the blocking scheme? Who's getting the ball and where they're going with it? And they're learning that as the game is going on and as the season's going on. So as the rest of the year rolls on, that's something they're going to look to as a positive, impact at the end of the season.
And you can't this was a non-conference game. Of course, it counts a lot, but when you get into the conference play and get into playoffs, they're going to grow towards that, and we'll start that next week with Sterling. So.
Yes, definitely. That'll be a good test for them, as a conference game to start off. Then the next week they'll come home for homecoming. That'll be against Valley. So no easy chore for the Brush Beet Diggers as the season goes on here. They're ready to they've got to go back. They got to look at film. They got to see where they can improve on. And I think they just got to stay consistent to what they're doing. I know they're going to start to add a little bit more to the playbook. To try to get, to put together some mismatches and some different things like that where they can put the Beet Diggers in a positive situation so that they can be successful and come away with put together some wins and be successful for the season. So
it'll be a lot of fun. Lance got caught up with the newspaper on the sideline, but he's headed up here now. He's grabbed his big bag. So Faith Christian having a prayer on the field, and nice to see that. And they fought hard. They got a pretty good team. They're ranked number 7, so you can't feel bad when you hang as tough as the Diggers did with them. That last 3 points was pretty much a gimme.
Yeah, and we talked about it. Faith Christian and Brush have a storied history between them. Lots of success on the part of the Faith Christian football team, but Brush has also been able to come out and play them real hard and come away with some wins, as we said later in that series. And so I know they're going to go back and take a look at it and say, okay, listen, how do we improve? How do we get better? How do we make sure that we can take, the opportunities that are presented to us and make sure that we can make the best of them? And I know that Faith did have a guy that got injured. He's on the sidelines there. He didn't come back in. That was a running back. And so, hopefully they don't have any significant injuries, just like I hope Brush does not have any significant ones. And Coach Schwent's on his way up the stairs here, so he'll join us real quickly, and we can get his insight on how the game went. Thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot, Ron. And Lance?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Yeah, that's a tough trip up the stairs here.
Yeah, not quite as steep as Lamar, but a little out of breath.
Okay, well, what's Coach's view on this game?
Well, I feel like a broken record, but I feel like our kids played hard, and defense, I have hats off to the defense. I mean, I was looking out there going, are they that much bigger than us, or is it just their uniforms? But ultimately, responsibility lies with me. I didn't do a very good job calling plays tonight. Couldn't get nothing going, and just very frustrating.
Well, that's everything you're improving every game. They're ranked number 7 and probably well deserved.
Yeah, they're a good football team, but you know something. I think we're right there too, and whatever I have to do, I have to figure out how to teach this team to win, and ultimately, like I said, it begins and ends with me. I got to do a much better job.
Okay, I was just looking. Sterling ranked number 6. I think that was this week, so I had a little trouble with my paperwork, but we face them next week down in Sterling.
Yep, they're tough. They can throw the ball all over the place. They got a great quarterback and 2 great receivers, and they're always a big physical team, and we're going to have our hands full. But I told the guys we'll see what we're made of when we come out to practice on Monday and learn from what we've learned from some of our mistakes when we watch film, and I told them I'm not going to give up this season. I still think it's a whole new season next week since it's league play, and it's time for us to start to put a full game together and try to get a win.
It is, and got Platte Valley is leading the pack probably on the polls for
Platte Valley's good. I mean, I loved it. When I was coaching earlier and we were in this conference, it just made you tough for the playoffs and everything else. And this is the kind of schedules you kind of like to play because you get battle tough before you even get to the conference. And the only bad thing is I just hope our kids aren't losing faith, and because I know I'm not losing faith in them. And I told them after the game how much I loved them and how much they mean to me, and I'm ready to get back after it on Monday.
Well, it is. I got to spend a little time at the practice field with your injured kids, and they all had such great attitudes and were so positive. I was really impressed with them.
Brush as a community should be very proud of these young kids. I mean, they do a great job. They volunteer a lot of time. They're very positive in the community, and I just hope that they're able to feel some of that success that winning brings, and because there's nobody that deserves it more than these kids.
It's cool. And you enjoying this?
I love Monday through Friday every day. I just don't like to come up here. I wish I could celebrate a little bit, but
you're going to come up here and be happy more than once.
Oh yeah, I hope so.
Okay, thanks a lot, Lance Smith. Nice for Coach Swentz to come up. It's tough. He carries that with him, Ron, and he's a good guy, and I think he's got a great staff around him and some good kids. It's going to be more positive as we go along.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt about it. He's in the right spot. He's got a great staff, and Coach Schwint has been in a lot of things like this, a lot of adversity, so he knows how to bounce back from it, and he definitely will be relaying that to his team as well as the coaching staff relaying it to the team. So, they've got a lot of positive going on. You'd like to come away with some wins, but you just keep on plugging at it week at a week. You look at the film, you see where you can attack somebody, you see where their weaknesses are, and you just work on things that you get better. The main thing is you just concentrate on things you can control. That means you can control your practice time, you can control the intensity, you can control what you're going to work on, and making sure that you're doing things the right way. And if you do that, then you just let the winning and losing kind of take care of itself. So, it's tough for him. I know Coach Schwint, he puts a lot of it into in coaching, and he's a very emotional guy. So for him to come up here and talk like that, it was pretty tough, and we know that. And he's going to go back and he's going to reevaluate, and they'll get right back at it come Sunday night when they're watching video.
And you can tell the coaches are really buying into these programs.
Yeah,
I mean the kids are buying into the coaches programs.
Yeah, definitely. So. And having those familiar faces back on the staff has been a huge benefit for them. And you're right, the kids are understanding. They're starting to get a buy-in on it. And I think Coach Schwent made a good point. Hopefully the kids don't lose faith in themselves, because the coaching staff has not. They know that these are the type of seasons you'll run into. You're going to have ups and downs. It's adversity. That's why football is the greatest game in life, because everything you learn out on that football field is a life lesson for you. So if those kids can understand that, they know that this is going to be valuable for them way on down their lifetime.
And a new system, new coach, everything. The kids have had a huge learning curve on this year.
So they're progressing, and I look forward to next week again. We take it a week at a time, just like the coaching staff will, and we'll take it a week at a time. And we'll look forward to traveling to Sterling next Friday night to take on the Sterling Tigers, where Brush will be playing once again, we're opening up the Patriot League play next week.
It will. Same time, same place here on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. And so tune in next Friday, and we'll be down at Sterling. We'll have a great game there for you.
Looking forward to it.
And thanks again to all our great sponsors. We want to thank you to Mr. D's, their sponsor, post-game show, and Mr. D's Ace Farm and Home Center. They're your headquarters for all your home, farm, and ranch supplies from plumbing to feed, with 3 locations to serve you, Sterling, Brush, and Fort Morgan. And you go in there, there's a lot of stuff, folks. And if you need anything around the home or farm, they've got it. So thanks to Mr. D's and, of course, all our great sponsors. Thanks, of course, to our owners and the guys working the boards back there. We got Emily and Rose working the board today. They did a great job. And, of course, thanks again to all our sponsors. And, of course, you, the people that are listening in. So for Ron and Rob, Pete Diggers lose a tough one, 9-0 to Faith Christian Eagles, the number 7 ranked team at 3A. But we'll be back going against Sterling next week on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Good night from Brush.